All right, so the quickest and most efficient way for you to scale past your current revenue ceiling, maybe it's 10K a month, maybe it's 15K a month. I've been exactly where you are. Like truthfully, 6 months ago, almost a year ago at this point actually, you feel paralyzed. You feel like you're in analysis paralysis. You feel like you need to run more content, you need to run more ads, you need to hire more team members, when in reality, you're wrong. All of those are wrong. That's not the reason you can't scale to 30 to 40K a month. And in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what I did and exactly what my clients are doing now to scale to 30 to 40K a month in pure profit. I only talk profit. Anytime I say a number, just know I'm talking profit. But yeah, we can jump right into it. I'm gonna move the camera a bit closer because I don't know if you guys can see this. We're in the new apartment here. But yeah, let's jump right into it. Okay, so right now, you're hitting a revenue ceiling, right? You can't find a way to scale past this number of 15K a month, and you wanna get to 30K. Right? You want to get to 30 to 40K a month. Okay, eventually that's the goal, right? So you want to scale past here, but you think you need to buy a new KPI driven program. You think you need to buy another funnel course. That's exactly what I thought too. Like I spent north of $30,000 on mentorships, and I just kept trying to pay to find the solution to my problem, which I was facing, which was just not scaling past 15K a month. And I was just stuck at that stagnant number for so long. Like I said in the beginning, it paralyzed me, right? And the biggest thing that I learned was that it wasn't the KPI driven program. It wasn't the funnel course whatsoever. I mean, they help, sure, but in the short term, you'll see results, but in the long term, it'll eventually all just come crashing down. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I did to scale my company, my agency to 6 figures, and exactly how I scaled this new consulting business to 10K a day in less than 30 days. So first things first, you need to understand that everything is energy, okay? Everything is frequencies. And your goal lifeline, okay, let me put this into perspective for you guys. These are all lifelines coexisting simultaneously as I speak. And as you guys watch this video, these are all different lifelines, these dots, okay? I hope you guys can see that. So there's a lifeline where you're doing 500K a month. There's a lifeline where you're doing 3K a month. There's a lifeline where you're doing 40K a month. There's a lifeline where you're doing 90K a month, okay? And maybe it's not monetary gain. Maybe there's a lifeline here where you're homeless. Maybe there's a lifeline here where you ran away in a Sprinter van and you don't pay rent, you build your own house in the forest, and you fuck off for the rest of your life. Whatever, right? These lifelines coexist simultaneously, and everything you do in this moment right now will direct you into a certain direction of one of these lifelines. Okay, so what you do now, maybe you're just watching this YouTube video, and at the end of this YouTube video, you're gonna go jerk off, okay? That will push you into a lifeline that has the result, has the effect of the cause being masturbation, horrible, porn, horrible, right? That will affect the lifeline that you end up on in 3 years from now, 5 years from now, okay? So, like I said, first things first, you need to understand that everything is energy, okay? So once you understand that everything is energy, you understand that money is energy, and you understand that it's all a frequency, and all you have to do is align yourself with that frequency. So I'll explain that, ready? So right now, this is you, okay? You are on a frequency where you're doing 10 to 15K a month, okay? You're doing 10 to 15K a month, and you wanna get to this frequency, okay? And what I call this whole method, I call it the 10.0 entrepreneur method. It's exactly what worked for me. It's phenomenal. It's the best thing that I've ever put into the marketplace, and I feel so blessed to be able to teach people this and create such an impact where I can genuinely just help people and change lives. And if you guys do know me, I don't care about income. Like I could give a fuck about income. It's the impact, and your income, which is printed out of the sky, is a byproduct. Okay, it's a byproduct of how much impact you create on others. So you want to align with your 10.0 self. Okay, your 10.0 self is not your 2.0 self. It's not your 2.0 self. It is the absolute best version of yourself that you could possibly imagine. That version of yourself might be doing, let's say, 500K a month. Okay. 500K. Okay, that version of you is doing 500K a month. What you want to do is attempt to align yourself with your 10.0 version. Okay, and how do we do this? The best way to do this and the best way to make this work while you can still have a social life and actually enjoy business and love what you're doing is repetition, okay? So honestly, before we get into repetition, I want to break down what it means to have a 10.0 self. Okay, so your 10.0 self needs to be created. You need to have a target. If you don't have a target for what you're aiming to achieve, you will not get anywhere near it. Okay, so you need to know exactly what your 10.0 self looks like, his appearance, right? His actions, his forbidden actions, his characteristics, What energy does he exude when he walks into a room? How do people feel? How do people react when he walks into a room? What clothes is he wearing? What jewelry does he wear? What car does he drive? How does he speak? What's his tonality? What are his values, etc., right? It goes on and on and on. You need to know exactly what this version looks like, okay? And if you don't know what he looks like, you will not get anywhere near it. So number one, create your 10.0 self, okay? You need to create exactly what he looks like. Number two, you need to run this slide. You need to run this visualization in your mind every single day, and you need to reprogram your subconscious. So from your birth, you have been indoctrinated. You have had belief systems shoved down your throat from the school system. Maybe it's your family, your uncles, your brother and sister, whatever it might be. You have been indoctrinated with those people's belief system. What they believe has been pushed down your throat. So it causes you to believe those things as well. And a big principle that I follow, a big principle that all of my clients, I tell them all to follow, is never ever listen to somebody in a position that you don't want to see yourself in. Okay, so for those of you guys watching this video, if you guys don't want to see yourself in a position like me, don't fucking listen to me. Okay, excuse my French. But back on topic. Number one, create your 10.0 self. Number two, you need to visualize exactly what this 10.0 self does on a day-to-day basis and create 10.0 action items. Okay, so what you do here is you're trying to, we're gonna split your brain up into two parts, okay? The subconscious, S, and then your conscious, okay? So your subconscious controls 95% of your daily actions, okay? Your daily actions and 95% of your daily behaviors. Okay, excuse my handwriting. Okay, controls 95% of your actions and behaviors. Your conscious controls only 5%. Okay, meaning 5% of your life, essentially, you're conscious. The rest is all subconscious. And what creates your subconscious beliefs is what I was saying before, right? Your indoctrination, the systemic programming that has been shoved down your throat. That is what has been so cemented into your subconscious mind. So what we need to do is create a new image, which we just did, right? Create your 10.0 image. And we need to cement this image into your subconscious as firmly as possible. And how do we do this? Like I said, it's repetition. So I have journals and I have guides that can help you with this. You can check them out on the link below. I'll provide them for you. You guys can just take the PDF, print them out, and follow the journal. 40 days is all it takes for you to change your life. One mandala. 40 days of doing a certain thing will make that certain thing a part of your system. 40 days of going to the gym for an hour and a half. At the end of the 40 days, it'll feel natural. It'll feel natural to go to the gym for an hour and a half. 40 days of making content 5 times a week. At the end of the 40 days, it'll feel natural, right? You guys get the point. So what we need to do here is cement this new image into your subconscious mind. Okay, so once we can cement this image into your subconscious mind, all of those beliefs from this 10.0 self will create your actions and behaviors. And what happens when you have 10.0 actions and behaviors? You get 10.0 results, right? And when you have 10.0 results, it's whatever that guy was making. Maybe it's 100K a month, 50K a month. And the odds are you're not gonna hit that 10.0 self in the next year, right? That's just the truth, right? You're not gonna jump from 15K a month to 500K a month in 12 months time, right? It's happened before, but it's just, let's be realistic, right? I wanna be very, very real with you guys. And like I said, if you guys do know me, I don't bullshit. Like if any of my clients right now are watching this video, I give a disclaimer to every single person that I talk to if it's okay for me to not sugarcoat anything, because I hate sugarcoating shit. I just like to be real and be honest. I like the truth. Okay, so how to cement this 10.0 self into your subconscious. I have other videos explaining how you can use the journals. I'm not gonna explain that here. You guys can go watch those, they're on my YouTube channel. But you want to do repetition. You want to repeat this image into your brain. So whatever this guy's doing, right? Dress how he dresses, speak how he speaks, move how he moves, right? So what this does is you're repeating this image constantly and reprogramming your own subconscious. You're reprogramming your own mind. Okay, you're eliminating all of the systemic programming that you've got, all the indoctrination that you've gotten before, and you're reprogramming a new belief system into your subconscious mind. And I promise you that this will not happen overnight. Okay, so we've created your 10.0 self. We've learned to cement this 10.0 self into your subconscious and reprogram your subconscious before you do that. Once that is done, 95% of your actions and behaviors will be stemming from this new 10.0 image that is now in your subconscious mind. Okay, now that you understand this, you need to understand that reality is a mirror, okay? So there is the material side of things, right? This is a mirror, okay? This is the same mirror, this is just the back, this is the front, okay? There's the material side of things, which is the now, the present moment. When you look in the mirror, this is what you see, right? And then there is the non-material side of things, that all space, the everything, the universe, whatever you want to call it, God frequencies, where all the frequencies exist, okay? I'm just gonna say A for all space, okay? There is a dual mirror. in reality. This is how reality works. So what you show to this material mirror, not just your looks, but your beliefs, right? What you show to this material mirror, which is reality, the all space will get that. It will get that frequency. It will get that message essentially from your brain, your belief, whatever your belief is. Maybe it's your limiting belief that's eating you. Maybe it's the pendulums, right? You think, online business won't work for you. Scaling past 15K a month isn't possible with your current business model. Whatever the limiting belief is, if you have it in your brain and you truly believe it, it will be shown to the all space. It would be proven right for you, right? It'll tell you, I told you so. I told you online business isn't for you. Yet if your belief is that online business will crush and this current business model will take me past 500K a month, the all space will tell you again, I told you so. I told you that this online business will take you past 500K a month. You'll start seeing 500K a month results, okay? So once you've created that 10.0 self and you have it subconsciously planted into your brain, you're showing this new material side of the mirror your new 10.0 image, your new 10.0 standards, okay? A key point that I really want you guys to understand is that there is a delay here, okay? I'm gonna write it down, delay. Okay, there is a delay between the material and the all space mirror, right, of reality. You're not going to hit 40K a month the next day just because you're showing the material mirror your new 10.0 system. But it will get the message and it will start producing it. It'll turn your electromagnetic, it'll turn your toroidal field, it'll make it larger, right? If you continue doing all the habits I teach you in all my other YouTube videos. I don't want to touch on that yet. But there is a delay. It'll slowly start bringing, that new reality and that new lifeline closer to you, and it'll bring you in the material side closer to it, where eventually you get 10.0 results, okay? These are 10.0 results. Okay, excuse my handwriting once again. The point I'm making here is you need to understand that there is a delay. It's not gonna happen overnight. And if one of the days, if you've been doing it straight for 3 weeks, and at the end of the 3 weeks, you're like, this does not work, Noah was bullshitting, all his results are fake, whatever, right? If that belief seeps into your mind, which won't be your belief, by the way, it'll be a pendulum. When that goes into your mind, that will then show the all space and it will send you those results. Remember, it'll tell you, I told you so. I told you Noah's program doesn't work. I told you his results were fake. It will give you that result, okay? And you will see that and it'll answer for yourself. The world is here to give you whatever you want. God has put you on this planet for you to create the life that you want for you and your family and the people around you. Okay, so it will give you what you want. It'll give you what you believe. And one more thing I want to touch on before I let you guys go. There's a difference between belief and knowing, okay? When you have a belief for something, you believe in God, there's room for doubt to seep in there. There's room for doubt in belief, okay? But when you have a firm knowingness that God is real, there's no room for doubt, okay? There's no room, right? So if you can have a firm knowingness that what you're doing right now in your business will take you to 40 to 50K a month, there's no room for doubt whatsoever. There's no room for limiting beliefs to seep in there. Then the delay won't feel as long, first of all. And second of all, the results will come towards you quicker because of how confident and how knowing you are of this, all space reality, all this, the all space lifeline coming towards you. You're very confident in understanding that it genuinely works because you've seen it work for other people, okay? So the last thing I want to touch on, I know I said the last thing was the last thing, but this is the last thing. This is very, very crucial. You need to create 10.0 standards, okay? So right now, you're at 15K, right? If your standard is set, maybe you had a really good month and you hit 15K a month, okay? If your standard was set at 5K, okay? Let's say this is your standard. If your standard was set at 5K, meaning you're kind of okay with making 5K a month. If that's your standard, you will fall to your standards. I'm sure you've heard it before. You don't achieve your greatest dream, you fall to the level of your standard, right? Go something like that. You guys get the point. You guys have probably heard that before, right? So if your standard is 5K, you will fall back down no matter how hard you try. Even if you had a 15K month, you'll pop a bottle of champagne, celebrate. Next month, you're doing less than 5K. Okay, so what happens with the standard is, let's say, so your 5K is a standard, right? When you go below your standard, okay, you get this fire under your ass, you get this pain, and all of us work out of a state of pain of not being where we want to be. You want to be at 40K a month, but you're not there. So once you stoop below your standard and you're like, okay, I'm doing 6K, I feel okay, but once you stoop below, maybe you're doing 4K, I can't pay my rent with 4K a month, right? So you get this fire under your ass, you work harder than ever, and you scale right back up to 15, maybe 20K a month, okay? What happens then is you fall right back down because you didn't create new standards. So what I mean by creating 10.0 standards is every time you scale up, okay? Every time you scale to 15K, let's say, you need to create a new standard. You need to create a 10.0 standard. Okay, so now 15K is your new standard. Your goal is 40K, okay? Your goal is 40K. What happens here is you kind of stay average, okay? You stay average. So now you will not stoop below 15 because that's your ultimate standard. And it's not just something you could tell yourself like, hey, 15K is my new standard, I won't stoop below it. This is not how it works. You need to reprogram this 10.0 version. The 10.0 version of yourself doesn't make any less than 50K a month, 15K a month for this example. You get the point, right? You need to reprogram this and cement this into your mind. And I can't explain that unless it's gonna be a 5-hour video, but I have an entire program. The Aligned Entrepreneur Academy is the academy that I made to explain to people and teach people step by step how to systematically reprogram your subconscious, plant this 10.0 self-image that we have now created into your subconscious so that every single action and behavior is stemmed from this 10.0 self-image to where you can create new 10.0 standards with ease. Okay, that's all that I teach, and if I were to do that in this video, it would be a 3.5-hour long video. So if you guys want, a link to talk to me one-on-one, I'll leave that in the description below. So back to the point, 15K a month is your standard. If you can create this as your new standard, anytime you stoop below it, you'll get a fire under your ass, right? But like I said, you stay average. You kind of keep the average in between your goal and your standard. So the next time you hit 15K a month, turn that into your standard and you will go hit 25K a month. Okay? Every time you hit a new revenue achievement, you have to create that as your standard or else you'll stoop right back below that. Okay, and you really, really, really have to understand this because I went through this for an entire year where I was skilled to 10K, dropped to 5K, skilled to 15, dropped to 3K. Right, it's happened to me and it sucks, it's paralyzing, it's horrible. So what I want you guys to understand, like if you're gonna take anything away from this video, create the 10.0 self, reprogram your subconscious, cement the 10.0 self into your subconscious so that every single action and behavior is stemmed from that 10.0 self-image while creating 10.0 standards so that every time you scale past 15K, 25, you can create a new standard at that level. I hope this makes sense. I hope all of this makes sense. If you guys do have any questions for me, I want you guys to hit me up on Instagram. It's at Noah Okazaki, NOAOKAZAKI. If you guys have any questions, just hit me up on Instagram, DM me. And if you guys want to talk to me one-on-one, I'll leave a link below where you guys can book in a call. And also the planners and guides, I'll leave that in the description as well so you guys can have free access to all of that. Go ahead and print those out. I have real tangible journals that I give to every single one of my clients. But with that being said, I hope all of this helped. If this didn't help whatsoever, please leave me feedback in the comments. I want to make this YouTube channel very informational and very valuable for a lot of you guys. And when people come across it, I want it to be the hidden gem, right? I'm not trying to be the guy with 1,000,000 followers. I want to be the guy who can provide the most value and just create the most impact on others because income, like I said, I could give a fuck about, but that's the byproduct of creating more impact. Okay, so with all that being said, I hope this helped you guys. Hope you guys implement all of this and I'll see you guys in the next one.